Hey, what's going on? I did not want to do a quick one in the car. I had an idea of like laying down a decent live with it, landscape and not up and down, but I'm in a rush. So I just finished a Lucky Haskins video. I saw that Lucky had subscribed to me the other day, and I thought that was pretty epic. He must have seen me on Sovereign Souls when I jumped on the live, but Lucky, thanks for your work, man. He just did a video that I'm gonna post in the description that you guys can check out, and I'm gonna send it to Austin and Jaron just because you shouted them out all nice, and it'd be cool if they heard it. So there you go. Let me get going here. Yeah, I like that you mentioned Austin Witsit and Professor Rob Parks' debate. I haven't even seen the whole thing. I caught like an hour in the middle. But I was picking up what you were laying down in your video. It was just amazing to hear how, straightforward, and this is the facts, and this is what is actually going on in the higher levels of science. And then Parks was clinging to his education, which I'm not knocking it. He knows a lot. He's very educated, and he's a nice guy too. He's got a good demeanor about him. He's not like ad-homing or personally attacking Austin, but what he has to bring is only the narrative he was taught, and it's really hard for him to be open-minded to anything that Witsit's saying, because in his heart and mind, Witsit doesn't have a clue what he's talking about. Or, he doesn't think he doesn't know what he's talking about, but he's like, this can't be true. The Earth can't be a stationary topographical plane and dielectric, and the whole thing with gravity being the downward bias set from the Gaussian surface above, going down. And if that didn't make sense at all, just go to Witsit's channel. Witsit Gets It. Watch the Schooling Globers, watch his debates, watch In the Field. That's going to help you if you're truly looking for, what's going on, what's the truth. I have here that, I wanted to tell you, I just made a couple notes just because I was like, man, there's so much in my mind, and I'm pretty tired. Last night and the night before, I stayed up till 1 a.m. because the Mount Meru TrueEarth Summit 2 happened. I know that's a mouthful, but it's like their fourth one. I might be wrong, fourth or fifth one. And I've attended a few of them. Anyway, great speakers. It ended up being late nights, totally worth it though. Amazing delivery of presentations and thought, just thought. Free expression of what a lot of people are thinking is reality, or the powers at be and what they're up to and what powers we actually have. So go to TrueEarther.com just to check out like the website if you've never been or never heard about it. Big chance that people watching my little lives were there, but we had music by Foundering, and that was amazing. He's a great pianist. Jaron opened it up. Justin Harvey, he's the guy that's doing all the work, in the, what are they called, like the council meetings and stuff. He's really pushing hard to just bring the facts and get stuff investigated. And like, he's just one man, and his main talk was like, I'm just a dude, and I didn't even really want to get up on stage, and get in front of the limelight or the camera or these people. But truth is so important to him that he's pushed away any kind of fears, and he's learned to communicate better and get out there and just knock it out. And it's really amazing. His talk was great. Alan from Space Audits, Mind Melting, Stephen Dragon, you need to go hear his talk. It's about, healing from trauma and what he's done just with his life. Like, he told a little bit of his life story and what got him in the whole realm of wanting to help people be the best versions of themselves. And he has a company that sells salt, like a perfect mixture of salt, like if you're going to be fasting, how to have the electrolytes you need for fasting intermittently or for a few days on end. Let me try to turn safely here, and then I can really talk, because we're basically over here, we're going to watch my kids do like a kids race. So Amanda Vollmer always crushes. David Avocado Wolf, tons of information. Showed a lot of books that he's read, and I think they were written down somewhere, and you can find that in Jaron's Telegram, Jaronism. And then day 2 started, I'm going to pull over just to make this easier. All right. Day 2 started with music by Deepak. Oh my gosh, these dudes are insanely talented. Electric violin, looping, mixing, a couple microphones, super cool. So check that out. Dr. Andrew Kaufman. I kind of caught wind that he was going to be on, but it blew my mind just where he took us with our minds to the inner space, kind of like down on the molecular level, the DNA, virus theory and contagion and all that, and how it's just as pseudoscientific and just believe and it's there, trust us, trust the experts, as it is when we go to look at outer space and the great beyond, where it's philosophically based. It's a belief system. And I'm not trying to hate on people that are in the medical industry or that are educated. I'm not trying to down people that believe this stuff, but ultimately what my channel is about, and what a lot of people, a lot of truthers that I know, what they're about is, hold on a second, what is really the real deal with getting sick, or where we live, or how we're supposed to love our neighbor, and how we're supposed to be friends? Because the world wants to pump divisiveness and always have us arguing. That's kind of like what Lucky Haskins' video today that I'll post in the description. He's like, aha, talks about what the flat earth movement kind of is. And you'll listen to his video, it's good stuff. Moving on, Kaufman crushed it. Dr. Kelly Brogan, I had no idea that when she started speaking, from the very beginning of her talk to the very end, like everybody was just quiet and listening, and it really takes you on a roller coaster, a little bit emotional, just like thought. I don't know, I don't want to give away the goodness. You just need to go check it out. Iru always is great. Mike Stellelium, I can't even say his last name. We had lunch. More music by Deepak. Mike Winner from Alpha Vedic podcast. He's mainly just podcasting it up. So the presentation that he gave was unique and different, interesting, and he's going to be getting into doing more of that kind of stuff. Jay Tolan Media, I missed most of his. He's the guy that does the infrared, long distance from the planes views, and really shared a fun presentation. Isabella, I missed hers too. I was kind of juggling, just hanging out with the family, and then Becky was letting me watch and be a part of this whole thing. So I need to go back and catch hers. Witsit was just, I think he was the last speaker on day 2, and his was also fantastic. It always is, just the stuff that he shares. So you have to check it out. I know it's still like $50 right now if you go over there, but if you wait a minute, I went to the website, Jaron already has all previous summits ever for $20. So just keep an eye on TrueEarther.com. When this one gets lumped into the all previous, just pay $20 to get access to it. And because oftentimes we're like out of content, or really looking for something just to put on while we're cleaning the house, or taking care of chores and stuff, and you can enjoy that. So my last little point of today's talk and sharing is the Dean Odle, Greg Locke debate. The edits have started, like the chopping it up, zooming in so you can't really see, like when Dean Odle kind of tossed the mic underhanded. Of course he shouldn't have tossed it. If he could go back, maybe set it down on the ground and walk away, or hand it to him. I mean, that probably would have been better. But he just like gently, like eye contact first, underhand toss, super slow. All Greg had to do is just like catch it. It would have just been right there, perfect. But he slapped it out of the air, and so people are editing it closer to where it looked like, and they're saying in the comments on these videos, hell, he threw it at his head. It's like, come on, man, he didn't throw it at his head. But they're spinning that to make flat earthers look ridiculous and stupid and crazy and weird. But also what's going on with this Greg Locke situation is, me and a lot of people have just searched like his name just to see other people that have covered the debate, to see their spin on it, their angle on it, because a ton of people that don't even talk flat earth are covering this because it's like a big deal. What was I going to say about that? But it had me running across older videos that show just the level of aggression this guy has. I feel so bad for him, because he treats he doesn't always treat his congregation terribly, but when he does, when he flies off on the handle or says things like, If you talk while if you talk when I start preaching, I'm gonna hit you in the mouth with this microphone in Jesus' name. It's like, come on, really? You're not to say that ever, much less from the pulpit. Anyway, I've seen some stuff that I don't really like. The press release, I've already said I can't stand. It's just lies. I was there, and the flat earthers didn't rush the stage. And the stuff that they put in there just makes us look bad and crazy and wild, when I think the people that were there were mostly believers in biblical cosmology and, Yah above. And we were there to just support the truth. We were there to share our hearts and engage in this conversation, but it ended up being that we were painted in a picture of not evil, but just oh, look at these guys, they're flying off the handle, these crazy flat earthers. But there's 2,800 comments. Not all of them are negating what the press release says, but a lot of them are saying, I was there, that's not what happened. What are you talking about? This is total lies. And it's cool. It's cool to have support. Thanks for the comments. I'm not good yet at having a stream of thought and looking, but I see JJ Hemp Creek Bear popped in by his CBD salve, put some on my hand. For some reason I had a carpal tunnel or some kind of soreness. Anytime I feel something's out of whack, I just rub that stuff on there. It's really good. Anthony's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Question the answers. Love that dude. Oh, hey, Notch popped in. I have to eventually get good at responding to what you're saying. So anyway, I'll practice it. Steve's in the house. Love you, brother. It's funny, I've had some actual phone conversations with a lot of y'all, which is neat. But going live and sharing my heart and sharing what's on my mind is fun. I'm gonna practice it. I'm gonna get OBS so that I can get people on. Be set up a actual intro, kind of like what everybody that you guys love, but bring someone on and then have a conversation with them about their journey, who they are, what they believe, how they found flat earth, etc. I know it's already been done, but I just feel called to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Much love to y'all. And that's my longest one yet, 12:21.